you like sweets?
Yeah, we're gonna help you with that so you can get the sweetest lunchbox ever.
And the tastiest, or one of the tastiest.
Yeah.
Yeah. This lunchbox is called the Sweet Tooth, and it is the first in our
series. So look out for the others. But now we're gonna start with the main course.
And this is one of my personal favorites.
And that is the healthy pancakes.
And this is kind of being the biggest dish in this lunchbox.
Yeah, so we have like 3 different courses, but this is like
and
the main
drink.
one. What you'll need to make the pancakes is some oatmeal.
You'll also need a banana,
2 eggs,
cinnamon,
baking powder.
You will also need some milk, and this is fat-free milk, and you can also have soy milk or almond milk,
whatever you prefer.
You can also actually have water if you like that. And that's what you'll need.
Yeah, let's get started. You're gonna start off with mashed banana.
Woo! And our recipe is for 2 persons, so if you are alone, just make a half banana. Just
yeah. Or you can make like the whole recipe and have it for 2 days.
I would do that.
Yeah.
Do that. Wow. Kind of cut the banana in small pieces. Like this. And then we'll just start mashing this so
it is a fine paste.
And this recipe is super quick.
Yeah, it's so easy to make. You can even make it this like before you go to school.
It's so easy. So now we're just gonna put all the banana in this little bowl.
Yeah. Together with the oats.
And for the oats, we're just gonna take half a cup. Yeah, for your American people.
And for like European people, this is about 1¼ deciliter.
So just put it up here.
Yeah.
So this is will come very easily together. But don't worry if it doesn't look like the dough of pancakes yet. So we love cinnamon, so we want quite a lot of cinnamon in this recipe.
So just take a bit.
But you can do other spices if you want to.
Yeah. Then you will also need some baking powder.
Because American pancakes do have some baking soda. But not too much, because if you have too much it will taste very
disgusting. So
I did that once.
Take about, I think,
like
half a
pinch.
teaspoon or something.
Like that?
Yeah.
And then we have 2 eggs.
1. And 2. Oops.
The oven! And as you see, the measurement isn't really exact on this one, but you just kind of eye it.
Yeah.
So for the milk we just pour in a bit, so that it looks quite runny, but not like milk. So maybe half of this glass
is okay.
It's okay, I would say.
Yeah.
Should we put a little bit more things? No, I think
it's okay.
It's good actually. Because since we're going to make mini pancakes, we want it to be a little bit sticky so it doesn't run out.
Yeah. And that is it. Yeah, you can just use this right away. It doesn't need settling or anything. So yeah, we're gonna go and what the fuck is that?
Okay, so this camera just run out of battery, so I'm just gonna recharge it. So let's just do this.
Yeah. Remember to always use oils instead of butter, because that's a lot healthier and it works the exact same way. So we're just gonna put a bit of this, just a tiny bit, like so, and then you spread it out with a spatula.
Yeah, it's important to just don't do too much also. Here we have number 2.
And the last one.
So as you see, they kind of make little small round. They look cute.
Yeah.
So it's quite easy to flip. You just put your spatula underneath the pancakes
and flip them. And yeah, I think they look so amazing. Look at that!
Now we'll flip number 2.
Ooh, looks so good. And I'm gonna get back to you when they're all ready, because it's not like really fun to look at us flipping pancakes. So now we are finished with making the pancakes.
And look at this.
They look so delicious.
And they taste even better.
Yeah.
Right now we're just gonna let them cool a bit while we are making the sauce. The toppings for the pancakes and also for the next dish. This is the container for the pancakes, and we have some others for the other food. And as you see, we have these small containers right here, and you would have to have a lid for these if you're gonna bring them to school. And we're gonna put the toppings in them. So we'll just put them all here.
We have two different toppings. One of them is a raspberry sauce, and it looks like this. It's all basically what it is just frozen raspberries, and you put them in the microwave for a couple of minutes, and then you just mash them together.
Yeah, man.
And it's super easy and so healthy.
And this is actually very good because jam contains a lot of sugar, and it can also contain other unhealthy stuff. But when you take frozen berries, you know exactly what's in the topping for your
and of
pancakes.
course you can put in whatever berries you like, if it is blackberries or blueberries or raspberries or strawberries or all the...
But a very good tips, just take them frozen and then pop them in the microwave for like a few seconds and you get that. So in two of our containers we are going to fill them with this raspberry sauce.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do that now. So then they are filled up, and look how delicious this looks.
Yeah. And for our second topping we just put in some peanut butter, because who doesn't like peanut butter?
So we just spoon that as well.
Like so. And then we're going to put these three toppings into our box.
It's so cute, and we're just taking the peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah, because that looks super cute. Like so. And then we're going to put in the delicious pancakes.
And we're just
going to take 4 of them, like so. Put them in, and there you have one of your lunches.
This is like the main course of your lunch.
Yeah. And now you're gonna see how we make the second. Okay, so now it's time to make the second side dish.
And this is the easiest of them all.
Yeah, everyone can do this. And for this we're gonna need
all of the yummy fruit you have been seeing.
Yeah. So here we have our fruit tray, and you can choose whatever fruit you like.
We have chosen a mango.
Then we have some nectarines.
An apple.
Then we have some berries, we have strawberries and raspberries.
And last but not least we have some grapes, and we have them green grapes. You only need one more thing for this recipe, and that is just some wooden sticks.
Yeah, and these have a pointy end, so that's very important if you're gonna like put it in. Here you see our delicious fruit plate all chopped up.
So delicious.
Now it's time for the fun part, and that is putting them on the little sticks. And you can arrange them however you like.
And we will just fill up the entire stick with fruit and then cut them in half.
Yeah.
Because, will you tell them why?
Because these have a pointy end and only one pointy end. So it's hard to put them in on like this
that
one.
side, correct.
And we also need to cut them because we want to have
them in lunchbox, and not many people have very long lunchboxes.
Yeah. So just start.
It is just so easy. I love this.
Okay. Whoop. Now. Okay. Now I am done.
Me too.
Woo! And we're gonna cut them with this crazy thing. Because this is what cuts over wood. Yay!
Pick up mine here.
Okay, there we go.
So here are my done.
And here is my done. And we're gonna make plenty of this and put them in the lunchbox.
And then we'll come back.
And now that we got all of our little sticks with fruits,
we made a little bit too much.
yeah, so we're just gonna eat this right now, but...
And some of them we're gonna put in this little container right here, which has 2 small compartments. So we'll just fill one of them up with the fruit sticks. should just fill up this little room.
And it looks so cute.
And it is, of course, yummy.
Yeah. So there we got one of the compartments done. Now we're gonna make the last side dish.
And this is super exciting. And again, we're making something from scratch.
Yeah,
so,
and that is homemade granola. And usually when you buy granola in the store, it's filled with sugar and just
unhealthy stuff.
And all
and
that.
Also it can be very expensive.
Yeah, so making your own is so easy and so like, yeah, and it tastes really good.
It can be fun.
Yeah.
So let's get started. Okay, you will need a bag of lightly cooked oats, and this one here is
eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly, so that is extra good.
So oat bran and yeah, oat bran.
Sunflower seeds.
Yeah. You need some sesame seeds.
And you will also need some dried fruits or berries. And we just chose to have apricots.
And in this crazy box we have some hazelnuts, so they just look like that.
We also have some almonds.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love an almond rain? So that's all you will need.
That's everything.
And you can also, of course, switch out the nuts with your favorite types of nuts.
The first thing you're going to do is to
lightly chop all your nuts and dried fruit.
Yeah. So let's do that.
So just get out your chopping board. So in the description we are going to have the entire recipe with a lot of
all of the measurements and all of how you do this.
But we are just going to do it in the European way. Yeah. So we will start with taking 75 grams of dried fruit, and we just have the apricot. So
that's okay. One more.
Exactly 75.
Yeah.
So now that we have weighted the apricot, the nuts are super easy. So then you just take one handful of each of the nuts. Woo! So now we are done with the measurement of the nuts and fruit.
And we've got time to chop it up with a knife.
With a knife.
I got a big knife. Okay.
So now you can see that it is done cutting, and look at this.
It's beautiful. Nuts and dried apricots. So tasty. And now we're gonna measure up our different seeds and oats.
And it is also very easy for the seeds because we're just going to use handfuls again.
Yeah.
But if you want the exact grams, it is, as we said, in the down bar below. For the sunflower seeds, I'm going to take 2 handfuls.
Yeah. And just one of the sesame. Oh. One handful. Oh. That's good.
And
2.
And now we're going to put in our nuts, but we're not going to take in the dried fruit. They are going to be sitting out, wait and chill, while this is in the oven.
Yeah, because you don't want to like put this in the oven because they just shrimp and look disgusting and get burned. So
they're already dried.
Yeah.
So let's take the nuts. Like this, and just...
Now we are moving on to the oat bran. And like the oats in general. You're gonna have 50 grams of the oat bran.
And then you're going to have kind of a whole pack of lightly cooked oatmeal. Yeah. But this is a super big bag. So it's not going to be this entire one, but it's going to be a lot.
750 grams.
Okay, now we're going to take 50 grams of the oat bran. Yeah. There.
Yeah. And then
mixing it together. Now it's going to be a lot of lightly cooked oatmeal in here.
But oatmeal is really good for you.
We need a bigger bowl!
Yeah.
Okay, this
so
is a lot.
That's about it.
Okay, so
we kind of failed.
We need a bigger bowl.
Yeah, just put all of this in here. Whoa, that's a lot.
What is this?
And then you're gonna mix it all together before putting in some apples.
So now we're going to use 2 apples and we're going to remove the core.
But you can leave the skin because that's really healthy and
it contains a lot of good stuff for you.
Woo!
So keep that on.
So just chop off the core and then you're gonna mash them with a blender or whatever you have.
Whatever you have. And then you can just eat around these ones. And for the apples I'm just gonna cut them up a little bit so it is easier to blend them.
So now you put your apple pieces into a bowl and we're gonna mix them and mash them together with this thing.
So if you have one of those, that would be the best solution.
Now what you're gonna do is mix the apple porridge
in the dry mix.
So just put them in.
This might seem a little weird because it is so much dry, but
it's gonna work.
This is how it's done.
And just, you can use a spoon or you can just use your hands.
We're just gonna use the spoon. So, as you might have guessed, this recipe you want to be making the day before school, of course.
And this is like a lot, so you can just save them.
And you can eat this for weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
So now we're just going to put it on this
tray. And we have just put on some
foil paper.
Yeah.
But you can also use baking paper.
So just sprinkle it on.
For this one you will need 2 trays because it is so much.
But we're going to show you this tray and how it looks.
And it's just going to put it in the oven.
On 170 degrees Celsius. And you're going to leave it there for about 3/4 to an hour. And remember to like stir it while it's in the oven.
Because you don't want it to burn, it's very important.
Yeah, you don't want it to be even all over the surface.
So just look in the oven sometimes and just stir it a little bit up and just put it in again and
you will be good. This will be perfect. So now put it in.
So as you see, the tray is done and it is a little bit too golden. So as you see, the tray is done and it is a little bit too golden.
Yeah, so try to get it like this color and not like all black nuts.
But even the black nuts actually taste
really good.
delicious.
They're just roasted, so. So now we're gonna pour over the
dried fruit.
Yeah.
And we have the apricots, as we have said several times. Not too much, because this is for 2 trays, so there.
And now we can put it in this little cute jar. It has a bow, isn't that really cute?
So just put some of the granola.
Just remember that it has to be something with a lid, because you don't want it to get all dried out, even though that is pretty dry, but then it gets hard and you don't want that. Like so, that's enough. Then we're going to put on the lid and you are done with your homemade granola.
And you can actually have this in your locker and then just bring yogurt to school.
Because this is just like, it lasts for ages, doesn't need cooling or anything, so
if you eat it every day, you can just put on a little jar in your little locker and then you'll set for a week.
So, woo! And now, to go with your granola, you're gonna need some
yogurt.
And you can use Greek yogurt or natural yogurt, but we have this one.
And this is called the 00. So this is very healthy and it has extra fibers in it because it has a lot of fruit bites.
It's called 00 because it doesn't have any sugar or any fats.
So that's very good. Find a very healthy yogurt.
We're just going to spoon that into our little lunchbox.
I'll just start with just pouring, then we needed a spoon.
And and now your yogurt is ready for your granola, so just put that over, but do it at school and not at home, because that's a granola.
It will be very soft and soggy and...
Unless you like that, but it's not really delicious.
It's better if you just take it at school.
Yeah.
So then this little side dish is actually... So now this little side dish is actually done. The only thing we need now is something to drink. Or else it's a little bit dry.
Yeah. So I'm going to show that now. I'm going to make the last thing, and that is the drink. And for this, we have chosen to make some iced tea.
And for that you will of course need some tea bags. We chose to take these 3 ones. One is just classical Earl Grey, we have 1 rose tea, and also we have a little bit of vanilla tea.
Then you will need some hot water. This is just freshly boiled and that is why it's in a kettle. And then you will need some cold water like this.
And we chose to take sugar, but if you do not want, or if you want a really healthy lunch, you would not have sugar in your drink, so then just take some other type of sweeteners. There are plenty to choose between. We kind of want to make a fruity iced tea, so we chose to take some mango and peach.
Of course you'll need some ice cubes, but we will get to that later on unless they want to melt. So we'll start by unwrapping. And then you'll fill half of the glass with boiling water. Is that enough?
Yes. That is perfect.
Then just let that soak in the hot water and make your tea really strong because you're going to mix them in with
cold water afterwards. And this is also the time that you can put into sugar because you want the sugar to melt in with the drink. So we just want it to be quite healthy, so we'll just take 1 teaspoon of that. And then just mix the sugar in to make it even quicker. We just went in with this little spoon.
Yeah.
And you actually want this to set for quite some time.
About 3 to 5 minutes, I think.
And we'll come back.
Yeah.
Then.
Now that our tea is ready, it's time to put in the cold water.
And you want to take as much cold water as you took the hot water.
To just chill it out a bit.
And now we are wanting to put this in the refrigerator.
Or the freezer if you don't have the time to wait.
Now we just let it chill and it is completely cold.
We just poured it over to this one so that it will get easier to pour it over to
our little iced tea jar.
It's so
this
cute.
is super cute. We just labeled it iced tea right here, and the lid has this beautiful little flower.
And this was actually a Starbucks Frappuccino one. So you can use those to bring to school.
And it's super cute.
We'll start by taking some lemon and squeeze it into the iced tea.
Yep.
So.
This will give a very good savory taste.
Now we're going to put some ice cubes into our little jar, as well as some fruits. And the ice cubes will make it stay cooled all day until lunchtime.
And this will just give a very nice fruity touch.
Then I'm going to pour it into our jar. And it looks so delicious. And then put this on. And we are done with our little iced tea. Okay, so we just ate all
everything.
of this. And we're just sitting on the floor like...
Yeah, we're not.
And here you see our setup.
We actually have 2
of these tripods, so yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Oh.
And it is yummy, so try it out.